Nick Vans,
I'm Olandria Carthan,
and we are
the Van Carthans.
Woo!
Every now and then, a Love Island couple leaves the villa, but this time, something different happened. Nic and Olandria didn't just win hearts, they took over pop culture. In the span of a few months, they went from slow burn romance to Hollywood's most talked about couple, outshining A-list celebrities at the VMAs, shutting down New York Fashion Week, and even inspiring fans to create full-length movies about their love story. But here's the thing, that's only part of the story, because behind every viral photo and red carpet appearance, there were moments that nobody saw coming, the ones that made the internet lose its mind, and had even the biggest critics admit. From a red carpet surprise that changed everything, to a moment so personal, it made millions of fans tear up. This is the rise of Nic Olandria, and the 5 biggest moments that turned them into a global obsession. Stay till the end, because the final moment, it's the one that shut everyone up once and for all. If there was one night that made the world realize Nic Olandria had officially crossed from reality TV fame into global celebrity status, it was the VMAs. It had been barely 2 months since they left the villa, and yet they were already being treated like Hollywood's new obsession. The night was supposed to be about music, but somehow all eyes were on them. They didn't even walk the red carpet together. That alone sparked chaos online. Fans started posting theories within minutes. Are they fighting? Are they saving a surprise appearance? Nobody knew. But the mystery only fueled the hype. Inside, it was impossible to ignore them. Cameras followed every move. Even artists performing that night were spotted, glancing their way. Big-name celebrities, the kind who usually own the VMAs, were suddenly competing with 2 people who had never even dropped a song. And the wildest part? They didn't try to steal attention. It just happened. Then came the moment that broke social media. Olandria appeared in a crimson dress that instantly went viral. Within hours, Vogue named her one of the best beauty looks of the night. Every publication, from E! News to Complex, was posting clips of them. Even the fan pages couldn't keep up. It wasn't a Love Island couple anymore. It was a brand, a movement. As one fan said on Twitter that night, there are A-listers on stage performing, and yet everyone's talking about Nic Olandria. They're bigger than the program.
Guys, you know the Nic Olandria hype is insane because they're getting so much buzz from the VMAs right now. Like literally every site and so many brands are just posting about them when they're actual, like, you know, not actual, but like bigger celebrities there, and like no one's really talking about them. And you like the major publication companies aren't even really posting about them. It's like A-list, B-list actors, actresses, people in the industry, celebrities, and it's like people are just focusing on, oh my god, what's Olandria wearing? What's Nic wearing? Even the paparazzi, bro. Even like low-key Ace, I'm just like, that's crazy, bro. Like they really made it. That's crazy. How like Love Island really be bigger than the program sometimes, but specifically Nic Olandria is bigger than the program because, and then you'll see certain accounts that will post like, you know, VMA outfits, you know, content on the VMA. If they're posting like actual celebrities, like I just saw like Sabrina Carpenter, I think, it'll get like barely any likes, and then when they post something of like Nic and Olandria, it's like 10 times the likes. I'm like, that's crazy. We are so up, bro. Bigger than the program.
By the next morning, clips of them were doing more numbers than actual performances. That's when people realized they weren't writing fame, they were redefining it. But the VMAs were just the spark. What came next proved Nic Olandria wasn't a one-night sensation. It was the beginning of a takeover, because just weeks later, they were about to dominate another industry entirely, fashion. Next up, New York Fashion Week, where Olandria didn't just sit in the front row, she walked it. If the VMAs proved Nic Olandria could command attention, New York Fashion Week proved they could own it. Barely weeks after stealing headlines from Grammy winners, Nic and Olandria were invited to one of the most exclusive events on the planet. Every seat at Fashion Week is reserved for the elite, but when the couple arrived, all eyes shifted again. The flashes, the whispers, the phones going up. It felt like the red carpet had restarted just for them. But it wasn't just about showing up. For Olandria, this was personal. Just months earlier, she'd been working as a sales professional in Alabama, talking on Love Island about her dream of modeling someday.
Olandria should model.
Olandria, that's what I want to do.
Olandria is gonna model. That's
speak it.
Right. We know it. We know it. We don't speak it. We know it.
We know it. That's what I really want to do. I've always wanted to do that as a kid, but being from Alabama, I had no connections. I didn't get college and stuff.
She's smart.
Fast forward to now, she wasn't watching from the front row. She was walking the runway. Her debut came at Sergio Hudson's show, followed by an unexpected second walk for Raising Cane's, a crossover so unusual that it went viral instantly. People weren't just impressed, they were shocked. Within minutes, her name was trending on TikTok. Clips of her walk hit millions of views overnight. Fans flooded the comments, "Olandria should model. We don't speak it. We know it." And the best part? Nic was right there, front row, recording every moment like a proud boyfriend. That video of him cheering quietly, trying not to steal focus, became its own viral moment. It wasn't just a fashion show. It was her dream coming true, live, in front of millions. That night, you could feel a shift. They weren't just the Love Island couple anymore. They were becoming a brand. Designers wanted them. Magazines wanted them. Even established models were name-dropping them in interviews. But while the fashion world was falling in love, the internet was about to take it one step further. Because Nic Olandria fans didn't just want to watch their story, they wanted to create it. Coming up next, the fan-made Nic Olandria movies. How the fandom turned their love story into cinema. When fans start making edits, you know a couple is popular. But when fans start making full-length movies, that's when you realize something extraordinary is happening. After New York Fashion Week, Nic Olandria's fandom reached a level no Love Island couple had ever seen. The Nic Olandrias, as they proudly call themselves, decided to do something that had literally never been done before: turn Nic and Olandria's entire story into a cinematic experience. It started with a fan-made project called The Invisible String Theory, a beautifully edited 2-hour film pieced together from every iconic Nic Olandria moment. Their first meeting, the slow-burn flirtations, the arguments, the reconciliations, the late-night talks under neon lights. Every glance, every touch, every whispered, "We'll figure it out." The editing was so seamless that new viewers thought it was an official release. The music, the voiceovers, the pacing, it felt like something straight out of Netflix. Within a week, the movie had crossed 3 million views. Clips from it were spreading everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, even Instagram Reels. And the reactions? Pure emotion.
It's crazy hearing like Olandria and I's voice on the TV. Like, that's crazy. And the music, like, I love how they added the music too. It's like, it makes it so much like really, really emotional. And I think that first night on the Heart was crazy nerves. No, and that kiss with Olandria on day 2 is crazy. The blindfold one, looking back on that, that's like a really good memory. So we can't watch the cinematic because we'll get banned on TikTok. But if I'm gonna do a Twitch one day and we'll do it on there. All right, let's watch some more. All right. Let me see.
Fans were crying, quoting lines, writing essays about how this fictional couple had somehow felt realer than most real relationships online. Even Nic and Olandria themselves couldn't believe it. During a live stream, Nic admitted, "It's crazy hearing our voices like that. I love how they added the music. It makes it so emotional." You could see it on their faces. They were humbled, even speechless, because this wasn't just content anymore. It was art. It was memory turned into mythology. The fan-made movies didn't just keep the Nic Olandria story alive, they amplified it. Suddenly, even people who'd never watched Love Island were discovering them through these cinematic edits. Their love story became its own franchise, powered entirely by the people who believed in it the most. And that's when something new started to form. Because when a couple becomes this iconic, they don't just trend, they evolve. A new name began circulating online, one that symbolized not just who they were, but who they were becoming. Up next, the birth of the Van Carthens, the rebrand that turned Nic Olandria into luxury. Every great love story eventually evolves, and for Nic Olandria, that evolution came with a new name. At first, it started as a joke on social media. A fan commented, "Why don't they just combine their last names? Van Steenberga and Karen, the Van Carthens." Within hours, the name stuck, and the internet ran with it. Suddenly, the Van Carthens was everywhere. It sounded different, elegant, powerful, like a name that belonged on a designer label. And it couldn't have come at a better time, because right when fans coined it, Nic and Olandria were already dominating New York Fashion Week, showing up at Off-White, Balmain, and Versace events looking like they'd stepped out of a Vogue spread. Their energy had shifted. This wasn't the playful villa couple anymore. This was the luxury era. Every photo screamed wealth, polish, and partnership. Even their posture had changed. The subtle glances, the hand touches, the quiet confidence. It felt like watching two people step into their power together. Fans began saying it out loud. Nic Olandria was the love story. The Van Carthens are the legacy. The name became their unofficial rebrand. And Nic sealed it during an Off-White show when he jokingly told the camera, "Hey yo, we're the Vanks." And we're at the Off-White show. That clip alone became one of the most reposted videos of the month.
Nic Vans.
I'm Olandria Carthen.
And we are
The Van Carthens.
Woo!
It was more than a catchphrase, it was a declaration. They weren't just reality TV alumni anymore, they were a brand that could sit next to luxury icons and still stand out. But just when fans thought they'd seen it all, the glamour, the fashion, the headlines, the moment everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. After months of speculation, interviews, and teasing, Nic and Olandria decided to end the guessing game once and for all. Next up, the moment they went public. When Nic Olandria made it official and the internet completely lost it. For months, fans were begging for it. Every interview, every live, every TikTok Q&A ended with the same question: are they official? And every time Nic and Olandria dodged it with a smile, a laugh, or a look that said, not yet. But deep down, everyone knew the truth. Something real was happening. Then one random afternoon, it finally happened. Olandria went live, holding her phone like it was no big deal, and said the words everyone had been waiting for. My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice.
My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice.
That single line broke the internet. Fans clipped it, slowed it down, replayed it frame by frame. Within hours, "She said boyfriend" was trending across Twitter and TikTok. It wasn't a magazine announcement or a red carpet debut. It was casual, off guard, and real. And that's exactly why it hit so hard. Because after all the teasing, all the rumors, and all the speculation, they finally claimed each other. It felt like a full circle moment. The same couple who met under the flashing lights of reality TV had now built something the cameras couldn't script. Even their critics had to admit it. The connection wasn't for show. The chemistry, the loyalty, the growth, it was all real. And in that moment, Nic Olandria wasn't just trending anymore. They were solidified. From stealing the spotlight at the VMAs, to owning Fashion Week, to having fans create literal movies in their honor, to rebranding themselves as the Van Carthens, and finally, going public in the most iconic way possible. Nic and Olandria didn't just build a brand, they built a movement. They turned a dating show into a dynasty, the kind that keeps growing long after the final episode fades to black. And as they continue to rise, from red carpets to runways to whatever's next, one thing is clear: Nic Olandria isn't just surviving fame. They're rewriting how it works. Because when love is real, it doesn't need a camera. It just needs a moment. And Nic Olandria has given the world 5 of the biggest ones we'll never forget. If you like the top 5 Nic Olandria moments, hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.